just going to round it up with all the other leagues. Let's start with the Italian league. Juventus, are they winning the league?
Definitely.
I think Inter. I think Inter, based on the fact that they were so close, and it was like the first time they had so many players, coming in. Now that they know each other, and also, their striker Martinez is not leaving anymore, and him and Lukaku are creating a great partnership. We've seen even Youngers growing hair. So I see Inter challenging Juventus.
True. I see a great season in the Serie A. I feel like Pirlo is going to bring something different.
Yeah.
The style of play is going to change, and it's going to suit the Juventus players because they want to play with that freedom, that class that Pirlo brings, because he was a classy player. So he's going to add that stardust, from a coach's perspective. So I see Juventus playing really well this season if Pirlo gets it right. That's a big if, because this is his first major coaching job. Yeah. So he still might be a flop, Legend or not, he still might flop. Let's be realistic. So if he gets it right, Juventus are not going to be stopped. They have Ronaldo. I mean, you understand.
They have Ronaldo, and that's
so
all you need.
That's all you need to know. They have Ronaldo.
And then just moving on from the Italian league to the French league. We saw last season, it was called off because of COVID. And we've seen now the champions are struggling without Mbappe, and now, the whole thing that's happening with Neymar. How do you see PSG getting their group back?
Sometimes I feel like it's not down to the star players, to be honest, because you know how unfair football is. Football is so unfair that the main focus will always be on the main guys, because that's the price you carry as the main guy.
Yeah.
But let's just look at the departure of Thiago Silva. I feel like that's going to be the biggest difference this season. Thiago Silva gone. He's a natural born leader. You cannot replace the Thiago Silva. You simply can't. Because if we think about it, in the 2014 World Cup, everyone was saying Brazil lost because Neymar was gone. No, Brazil lost because there was no Thiago Silva. Remember, Thiago Silva was suspended.
Yeah.
So he is that person that you only appreciate when he's not there,
Yeah.
Because when he's there, he does a job so well, you don't even see him doing the job.
Yeah.
He's like the modern day Maldini. And you don't just compare Maldini to anyone. That's the greatest defender of all time, you understand? So I feel like the loss of Thiago Silva is going to be very, very heavy on PSG. Of course they're going to win the league. They have too many stars for that. But I don't see them reaching the UEFA Champions League final. I don't.
And with Mbappe saying that, it's rumored that he would want to leave at the end of the current season, which is the 2021 season. Where do you see him going though?
Madrid. Definitely Madrid. Madrid. Perez has been a long time admirer of Mbappe.
Yeah.
He actually wanted to buy both of them, Mbappe and Neymar, but fair play rules.
Yeah.
And he will choose Mbappe because of the age.
Yeah.
Mbappe is more for the now and future, rather than Neymar will be for the now should any team acquire him for that instance, Mbappe is still like 20, 21, 22, 20. Yeah. He's in his early 20s, so he's going to be at the Bernabeu for the next decade, I think.
Yeah.
And he's going to do well for them. So I see Madrid buying Mbappe. And Perez always gets his man. This is Florentino Perez we're talking about.
Yeah.
So I see Mbappe going to Madrid, yes.
And then just speaking of the Spanish league, La Liga, we saw Barca were leading, and they also bottled it.
Hala Madrid.
Leaving it to Madrid, we've seen Sergio Ramos basically just scoring like he's a striker.
Dominating.
And how do you see the Liga unfolding this season?
I see a Madrid and Barca rivalry again, obviously.
Yeah.
But I also see a surprise package in Atletico. I feel like they've always been quiet, but I feel like they might surprise us this season. For Barca personally, this is said to be Messi's last season.
Yeah.
But with the president being voted out, or is going to be voted out in the coming weeks, I think he's going to stay, because the biggest argument was Messi doesn't like the president, Bartomeu,
Yeah.
So if Bartomeu leaves, I think Messi will stay and he will retire there. Yeah. So, but if this is to be Messi's last season, I think he'll want to say goodbye in the proper man. And an angry Messi is the most dangerous player in the world. He could just go back to the Messi of 2012, and you know what he did there.
Yep.
He was pretty much unplayable.
Yep.
So I feel like Messi has that final. It's the swan song season for Messi, if it's his last season. So if that's the case, then Barca might win the league, you know.
Yeah.
I don't see Madrid struggling that much because Hazard also has a point to prove.
Yeah, yeah.
He hasn't done anything since he arrived.
Yeah.
He has a point to prove. Ramos is telling everyone that he's still feeling young and
Yep.
ready to go. Zidane wants to prove a point that it wasn't a fluke last season.
Yep.
So yeah, I see Madrid and the Barca fight it out like usual, you know. But if Messi is angry, then
Yeah.
Barca might just, you know, tip it. Yeah.
And then for these two players, right, Hazard and João Felix, is it a make or break season for them?
Definitely. For João Felix more than Hazard, because Hazard has already proven himself, you know.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, Hazard has already proven himself. He's won Player of the Year in England.
Yeah.
He's already proven himself to be one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
João Felix to this day is still hype
Yeah.
and potential,
Yeah.
you know. At some point you lose that as a player, you know.
Yeah.
At some point people are going to stop hyping you up, and at some point the potential is going to die out.
Yeah.
Now you have to play.
Yeah.
And the kid hasn't really played
Yeah.
as much as the hype demands him to. So I feel like he has more pressure on him than Hazard.
Yeah.
And I feel like it is a make or break for him, because a lot of people are going to say, it was just hype.
Yeah.
It was another young player hyped and he never lived up
And
to
he's
it.
died, yeah.
Yeah.
And then moving from the Spanish league to the German league, Bayern, stop it. Like, Bayern, stop it. But do you see anyone challenging them, even by the slightest?
No. If anything has to go by what we saw in the first opening game against Schalke, Bayern won 8-0 again. It's not the first time they scored 8, hey?
Sorry, Barca fans, I know you guys are reminiscing.
You understand? No, I don't. Bayern is at their peak,
Yeah.
and no, I don't see anyone coming remotely close. No, Dortmund are always going to be there in the conversation,
Yeah.
but in terms of an actual challenge, no.
Yeah.
And I see this happening. I see Haaland going to Bayern, you know, because you know the agreement between the two clubs we just take. So they're because Haaland is gonna be the best striker in the world in the next coming seasons.
Definitely.
He's gonna be there, and Bayern are just gonna take like they took Lewandowski, because that's the agreement. You understand? So I don't see Dortmund coming close.
Yeah.
I don't see a challenge for Bayern. They should just give them the Bundesliga now.
Once.
Yeah.
And just to round up everything, right? Ballon d'Or was cancelled. Stop cheating Lewandowski.
Please.
Give it to Lewandowski.
Please.
We'll forgive you guys. But for this coming season, there are so many players that could fail or that could do great, right? Which player, personally, maybe Lewandowski might still be the forefront runner for the Ballon d'Or again, alongside Messi and Ronaldo, obviously. But which other addition do you see maybe challenging for the Ballon d'Or?
First things first, like you said, it was very unfair for France football to cancel the award. Very unfair. I feel like the whole world is grieving at that decision. But I'm glad you guys now know the politics of football. You know, the French league gets cancelled, the French football award gets cancelled.
Yep.
Coincidence? I think not. You understand? Lewandowski for me deserved the Ballon d'Or.
Definitely.
He hands down deserved it.
Definitely.
And I feel like if there's any justice in the world, he will get the UEFA Player of the Year.
Yep.
And he will get FIFA's Player of the Year, if FIFA hasn't cancelled their awards, you know. But I would have loved to have seen Lewandowski win the Ballon d'Or because he deserved it.
Yeah.
Moving forward, I feel like the obvious suspects, you know, Ronaldo he said he doesn't have anything to prove anymore, you know. But I feel like he does, you know, and he's always going to be in the conversation.
Yeah.
Messi is going to be in the conversation because, again, we already mentioned that it could be his last season, so we want to say goodbye.
Yep.
Lewandowski, like you already mentioned. I see De Bruyne joining him.
Okay.
De Bruyne as an outlier to the Ballon d'Or, you know,
Okay.
someone who has an outside chance if he replicates the form last season.
Yeah.
You understand? And someone who might be a surprise package for me. It might actually be a keeper. It has happened before. I see Jan Oblak, you know. It's crazy, I know.
Oblak.
You
know what? I think so, actually.
He's that good.
I think so.
He's that good of a
I think
goalkeeper.
so. And do you think if Hazard has a great season at Madrid, he might also be part of the conversation?
Not necessarily, no, because Hazard still has to beat Neymar and Mbappe to even claim being the second best, you know.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even count Neymar and Mbappe because I feel like no one really takes the French league seriously.
Yeah.
So I don't see PSG winning the Champions League, hence why I didn't count those two.
Yeah.
You know, so Hazard, no. Hazard still has to beat other people in his level to prove that he can be the outright,
Yeah.
you know. Because the first class of players right now is Messi, Ronaldo, Lewandowski, you know.
Yeah.
Lewandowski just joined them.
Yeah.
So I don't see Hazard breaking through that barrier of being the absolute best, no.
And then we've seen when Liverpool were dominating, Salah, Mane, and Van Dijk were like part of the conversation of being, winners of the Ballon d'Or. Do you see them maybe also creeping in there?
Unfortunately, I feel like Salah is one of those unfortunate players in football.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a player who is so good, but no one cares, you know. And this is coming from a Liverpool supporter. Like,
Yeah.
no one cares about what Salah does, and it's so sad because if you look at his numbers, they are crazy. They are crazy numbers,
Yeah.
but no one is making a noise. You know, it's like it has that thing that dude, you know.
Yeah, you're great and all.
Yeah, but no one cares. He has that no one cares face. Like we don't care about you,
Yeah.
and it's so unfortunate because the numbers is pulling. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He should be up there. If he has a good season, he can be up there. But like I said, he doesn't have that I'm the face of world football.
Yeah.
Aura. He doesn't give you that you can trust me to be the face of football. He doesn't have that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He can be in the conversation, yes, but I don't see him winning it. No. The usual suspects for me again: Lewandowski,
Yeah.
Messi, Ronaldo, maybe De Bruyne. But
Yeah.
those are the four right now.
Alright. And that's all for episode number 1 for season 2. Shout out to you for watching until this point. I know it's long. I know it's long, but shout out to you. Tell us what you think might happen this season. Tell us who you think might be a surprise, whether it's in the EPL, whether it's in the Spanish league, wherever. Tell us who's your favorite player. And also don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. See you in episode number 2. We out.
Tell a friend.
To tell a friend, and we dropped.